Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum, peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses, shalom, hotep, whatever way you like to say peace. It's peace, family. Today, I would like to share with y'all for free the 10 basic things you need to do to get your own nonprofit up and running. All right. Now, there are some people that prefer to do LLCs, S Corp, C Corp, what have you. I've been in the ministry for over 40 years. I personally prefer the nonprofit sector. The nonprofit sector makes you tax exempt for everything. Your house, your car, your food, your clothes. You be like, you don't have to pay tax. This is how ministers, reverends, imams, gurus, sheikhs, what have you, use their First Amendment right. This is not sovereignty. This is county, state, and federal and international basic laws. If you're overseas, it's NGOs or non-governing organization statuses. In 2025, the nonprofit sector is worldwide. It brings in trillions of dollars. You have churches, masjids, universities, the Red Cross, the Save the Children, Feed the Wells, Save the Planet, you name it. They, digging wells in Africa, researching cancers, whatever. All of these are 501c3 non-stock nonprofits in America, or NGOs or non-government organizations established through the United Nations and different other countries. So every country has its own little system. But we want to cover the basics. I'm going to start as a premise from Pennsylvania. All right. Step one, I want y'all to learn from my mistakes. When I was a teenager, I started my first corporation. It was called Kareem Abdul Muhammad Incorporated. I did it from a spirit of Black nationalism, Islam, consciousness. It's the name of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that was given him by Master Fard Muhammad. So all that was back around 1984 sometime, back in the day. All right. I used to publish my own books under that, newsletters, you name it. We did it all. However, 911 came, and any nonprofit that had a Muslim name, such as Muhammad, was looked at, like, oh, what is that? So over the decades, I learned, from experience certain things. Now, like my wife started her own nonprofit. She was a registered nurse for like 30 years. She started her own nonprofit, but I included the name health. I want y'all to avoid those type of rookie moves, if you will. In brief, when you're starting your nonprofit, if I was doing that in 2025, like I started a nonprofit about 10 years ago, NOL. But NOL is our beloved FOI brother that died, Nazir. N-A, his name, and A-L, Alif, my name. So it's N-A-A-L, NOL. All right. I learned through experience, through trial and error, by modifying my mathematics, that when you hear the name of your nonprofit, no one should know what the nonprofit does. I just gave y'all a free key right there. When you hear the name of the nonprofit, your nonprofit should not define what it is that you do. See, that was fine back in the day. See, back in the day, the majority of donations and grants was going to religious organizations. So you can do a Kareem Abdul Muhammad. You could do a Red Cross. You see what I'm saying? You could do a Catholic Charities or whatever. But when you hear that word Catholic, you think, oh, that's not for Sunnis. I mean, you can hear the Muslim Dawah Incorporated. Oh, that's Islam. That's that's Sunni Islam. That's the Muslim brothers and sisters doing that thing. But if you're a Jew, you'd be like, oh, I'm not supporting that. Just as a Jewish organization may be called the Jewish Defense League, a nonprofit. I mean, so the name is very important. So I learned not to be so descriptive in the name that you come up with for your nonprofit. If I was to do it all over again, I would recommend to you, like I'm just using this off the top of my head. Say the name of say you want to do say you had a church or something. Say you wanted to do the Church in Christ Incorporated. Instead of doing a Church in Christ Incorporated, where you put yourself in a little box where you can't deal with the Muslims or the atheists or whatever, instead of saying Church in Christ, just make it C&C Incorporated. Now that you have C&C Incorporated, in your bylaws, you can have 10 different names. You can have subdivisions of C&C Incorporated. Under there, you'd be like, okay, our spiritual mission is Church in Christ Incorporated. Now, I mean, it could be Conscious Negotiations Collective. Now you could do business with financial planners. I mean, so just push you in a different position when it comes to the name of your nonprofit. Important point. So you want to get your state charter. Depending on what state you're in, you register with your Secretary of the State. In Pennsylvania, it's exactly $125. You should expect to wait about a month, sometimes two. Usually it's pretty fast, especially if you do it right. See, especially when it comes to the Secretary of State and the IRS, as long as your documents are in order, it moves quick. I would say state 30 days, IRS 60 days. Usually a lot of people underdo it, overdo it. So it's like it causes all these delays because it's not filed properly. The language ain't correct. Now, I mean, so you may have to modify your mathematics and you may experience delays like that. But in brief, you should expect to pay on average about $125. You should expect to wait about a month, but you'll get that charter, that nonprofit paperwork approved in about 30 days, 1 month. All right. Once you get that charter, you then should go to your local bank, depending on your business. Like say you may have your personal checking and savings account in one bank, your business account with another bank, your other business with another bank. I mean, but you could have separate bank accounts. But in general, you find a bank or preferably a credit union. I had some good experiences with Citadel, for example. Whatever works for you. I mean, you go to your bank and you basically just give them $100. Show them your legal documents and everything, and they'll take and open up a nonprofit business account. They'll take that little $100, open up the account, give you a debit card either right there, or they may mail it to your house or mail you a PIN number later. Every bank is, independent, so they operate differently depending on which bank you go to. That's the second important step. You get your business account open. Now you actually have your nonprofit registered. You have to do different things according to your state. Like in Pennsylvania, you don't need 3 people on a board. You know what I mean? Like you could literally run it yourself, have it in your name. You could be the CEO, whatever nomenclature or scientific terms or titles you want to use in there. the chief executive officer, your chief financial officer, your executive secretary, whatever. You can have presidents, vice presidents, committees, whatever. But when it comes to LLCs as well as nonprofits, for-profit or nonprofit businesses, you can have what's called a hostile takeover. You can have people, family and friends that mismanage your stuff. Know what I mean? And it falls on you. Know what I mean? You can have people steal the stuff from under you. So getting your documents in order is very important. Making sure that you exclusively 100% owns that entity. The nonprofit is an entity in and of itself, but you're the one that they say on that charter, like, who do we contact with as far as for tax purposes, information? It'd be your name, your address is you. So make sure you protect your business. All right. So step one, you get your state charter, or what you would call a nonprofit license. That's 125 days, $125, and it take about 30 days to get it. Then you go ahead and just open up that business account. You could put 1,000, 10,000, a million, depending on what level you're on, what class you're in. Know what I mean? But for a shoestring budget, you can do it with just $100. You could literally just give them $100 and they'll open up that business account. All right. The third step, as far as getting IRS recognition, now that part is a little more complex. That's a little more difficult. Most businesses mess that up. So you want to be careful with that. You want to go on irs.gov and educate yourself. Like, it's free books on irs.gov. But depending on what you're doing, now, I mean, I'm not talking real rich people right now. I'm talking just people from the hood, if you will. Starting out your 501c3, you just pay them $275. And they'll be like, well, you know you can't get the real big money. I mean, but starting out, you'd be like, I'm not going after millions and billions. I'm going after tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. I want to crawl before I walk. Know what I mean? So they'd be like, okay, well, you could do the 275. You could file your 990 EZ report at the end of the year, because you're not rich, but you ain't broke either. You making things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. You know, our motto is, it's better to have money that you don't need than to need money that you don't have. All right. So you want to get that IRS status, that 501c3. That's going to cost you $275 payable to the IRS. They got some separate stuff. You know, they got like a middleman. They're going to be like, oh, don't pay us. You're going to have to go on pay.gov and pay them $275 with your debit or your credit card. All right. And that's gets the IRS ball rolling. They'll complete everything. I seen it done in like as fast as a month, no more than 2 months. Know what I mean? But I seen people that waited 6 months to a year because that paperwork wasn't in order. This again, don't come at them like you're claiming sovereignty, tribalism. You got some 1700 or 1800 tribal document that you got offline or something. They not work with none of that. I mean, you want to keep it real simple. Keep it real professional. Do it the way they're telling you to do it, because you're coming to them to register your business. All right. So they're not going to set any strange filings. It's going to cause red flags, and you're going to cause delays or denials. And once you pay that $275, you don't get it back. You just get denied. They be like, do it again and give us another $275. Or if you want the big boy stuff, pay us $600. That's how the IRS is going to come at you. All right. You get your employee identification number, or your EIN, for free on the IRS website. Now, some people think they could just go in there and get an EIN. They didn't get registered with the state. they didn't get an IRS to $275 and they think they could take the and get business credit and get loans. Don't believe the hype. It don't work nothing like that. I mean, that's what they call fraud. They'll lock you up for all that kind of stuff. Do it right. You get your employee identification number, your you get your IRS written acknowledgement paperwork, you get your 501c3 status, and just do it the way that the instructions tell you to do that. You'll be good to go. Now, I mean, you want to make your own, step 4, make your own bylaws and your mission statement. The bylaws is very important. Now, I mean, the language of the bylaws, you can look at other sample bylaws. I don't know what type of nonprofit you have in mind, but you can look at similar bylaws to try to get an idea how to do it. The IRS gives you actual free samples on the IRS website and various IRS booklets. Now, I mean, so you could go on there and literally is maybe 10 or more free IRS books on there about nonprofits. And you could just read them on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, or your TV screen. Just read it for free. Just breeze through there. Don't worry about trying to understand everything in it. It's hundreds of thousands of tax laws. You're not going to understand all that. You want to understand what you are required to do to run your nonprofit. That's what you need to do. Use the knowledge. Most people study, plan, and don't do nothing with the information. They just get all this information, all this planning, and they talk about it, but they're not being about it. They're not showing and proof. They're not getting no money out of it. They're not doing anything with it. So you want to do something with that nonprofit. You don't want to wait on that mystery guy to bring you no food. You see what I'm saying? You would be like, no, I got a vehicle. I got a house. I got grants. I got money. I got a checking account. I got my business account set up. I got my checkbook. I mean, I got my my Spark card. I mean, I got my income. I got my American Express. You want to use that nonprofit information the way the big corporations use theirs. I mean, United Way, Catholic Charities USA, they receive billions of dollars. Now, I mean, you want to do that. Now, I mean, you know, like you go to Philadelphia, they have Temple University. Temple University is a nonprofit. They have Jefferson Hospital. Jefferson Hospital is a nonprofit. So they know how to use it. They like, oh, we got millions of dollars of equipment in here. We ain't pay for it. We got $1 billion building over here. We didn't pay. We gave them a written acknowledgement or receipt from our nonprofit to build it. It was a tax write-off for this equipment. Now, I mean, that MRI machine got donated to us. You see? So this is how the big corporations legally and intelligently use their nonprofits. All right. So as I was saying about step number 5, that written acknowledgement. The written acknowledgement is basically like a receipt from your nonprofit. Now, I mean, like say you went to a car deal, they donated a car, truck. You went to a jeweler and told the jeweler, look, I want to do some of my nonprofit. I want to give away 3 chains and charms. Now, I mean, I need a silver John with a cap, graduation cap. I need the gold one, and I need a platinum one. As long as they appraise it, and they say, okay, well, this is going to cost, say, $2,000 for these 3 chains. We'll charge you 2 stacks. You get them the written acknowledgement. You get the chains. If they owe $8,000 in taxes, because they donated $2,000 in change to you, they don't owe $8,000. They now owe $6,000 because you gave them a written acknowledgement, and they filed that with their taxes, and they wrote that off. You see, because they donated to an IRS recognized nonprofit. You got a whole any religious teacher is already nonprofit. They just not IRS recognized. IRS be like, we don't recognize that minister, that that reverend, that imam, that guru, that sheikh, now that witch doctor. We just don't recognize them because they may do whatever spiritually, but they're not doing on the business level. But when you do it on the business level, the IRS is like, oh, every FOI that orders a FOI uniform, that's a tax write-off. You need that uniform. Every MGT in the Nation of Islam that order MGT uniform, that's a tax write-off. That right there generates hundreds of millions of dollars for our people if we understand what's going on around here. That's what nurses do. That's what firemen do. That's what policemen do. That's what doctors, nurses, I need my scrubs. Doctors be like, I got to wear this uniform. They be like, oh, them shoes is tax deductible. That helmet is them gloves is tax deductible. You can't be in the hospital without hand sanitizer and your gloves. They be like, oh, you need that stuff at home and you pay for that. That's a tax write-off. You need your phone for your business. That phone bill is tax deductible. You see? So you got to understand that a lot of things that people are paying taxes for, they're paying taxes for because they don't have knowledge of how this stuff works. There are a lot of pseudoscience out there. I'm not talking sovereignty. There's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding out there. People give knowledge and wisdom without the understanding. In the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the first, last, and only messenger of Allah, Supreme Captain Raymond Sharif, and Supreme Secretary John Ali incorporated the Nation of Islam back in the 1950s as the Holy Nation of Islam. They incorporated that. FOIs in the past, when they first started Muhammad Speaks back in the early 1960s, when they had Muhammad Speaks, FOIs were being harassed because they were selling newspapers or soliciting without a license or a permit. So you trying to struggle to sell the papers, and they got to bail you out. They like, man, we losing more money than we making doing this. But the lawyer like, oh, y'all got to get incorporated. So you start seeing on there, on the Muhammad Speaks, a little square box that said donation. You see what I'm saying? The messengers start putting stuff in Muhammad Speaks like, send your donations to this address. Because now he's legally protected. It's tax deductible. All right. So he understood how to operate in a capitalist imperialist system. All right. So you want to be conscious of the business side of things. All right. You also, step number 6, you want to make your in-kind donation forms. Now, the in-kind donations, basically, you want to have a form where you basically like say, for example, this is October 2025. October, November, December, you got Halloween, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got New Year's. All right, so for the next 4 months, billions of dollars is going to spread all over the United States of America. Say you're conscious, well, I'm going to give you a prime example of something I've seen with my physical eye. This morning, I helped a nonprofit unload the truck. Every Saturday we help unload the truck to help feed the community, for example, on Saturdays out here out Seaville. But they had a sign up where they're having trunk or treat. And basically the parents is going to have gifts inside the car, and the youth be able to decide, do you want to take the gift in the trunk or do you want to take your candy? Now, it might be a better gift in that trunk, but they're doing that because they're a religious, spiritual, Christian organization that don't believe in trick or treat. So they giving the youth something positive. So I remember another church, that thing was, instead of dressing up like monsters and goblins, they dress up only as positive, conscious people. You know what I mean? They might be Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, or an angel or something like that. You know what I mean? And all of the candy was nutritious stuff, fresh fruits, all natural candies and things of that nature there. So depending on what you're doing, you going to like, okay, I don't believe Chris Columbus discovered America and none of that. But I know for a fact, I see sisters and brothers hungry. I mean, our children hungry. So it's like, okay, if I could get with Giant, if I could get with Wegmans, if I could get 300 turkeys donated to my nonprofit, if I could get some cases of cranberry sauce and stuffing and gravy, I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving, but I'm giving back to the hood. I'm feeding our people. I mean, I'd be like, yo, be like, oh, it's cold. I see brothers and sisters homeless laying down on steam vents trying to stay warm. I'm like, nah, you big rich corporate, donate some of them coats over here. Donate them Timberlands and boots over here so we could give our people these boots and these coats and these hats and these gloves. Now, we take and put them on hangers and literally go in the city and hang them up on gates. I mean, with the sizes on them. I mean, my wife this morning gave out Nikes, Air Maxes, you know what I'm saying? So you can give back in your own way, you see what I'm saying? But you use that in-kind donation form. The in-kind donation form, you may need electronics, laptops, cell phones, whatever. Now, I mean, you may need toys for tots, toys for the Christmas season. You want to give away some free toys to the poor, needy families. They can't afford they may not be able to afford something like school equipment, school supplies, whatever the case may be. It's not that you personally be like, I believe in Christianity or whatever. Your thing is simply on the tip like, I believe in doing good. I believe in being conscious. I believe in being positive. I believe in helping people to help themselves. See, in each and every way, each and every day. So you can use your 501c3 to mathematically help people to help themselves. And those in-kind donation forms can do that. Like you could literally have on there, you need vehicles, you need real estate, you need produce, you need like out here they got so much free food going on. I'm like, oh, we gotta modify mathematics. We're gonna come switch this up this summer. This next year, what we want to do is instead of getting food, we're going to get like Tide, bleach, Dawn dishwashing liquid, deodorant, soap, hair grease, stuff that is not for personal consuming, but for personal use. Cleaning supplies around the house, cleanser, mops, buckets, brooms, whatever, the trash bag. So people be like, oh, I need that because those things are expensive. You know what I mean? Like you go to Walmart and you order certain stuff, you be like, damn, this came to $82. All I got is 2 bags of cleaning supplies. Medicines and stuff is over-the-counter medicines and stuff is expensive. So people appreciate things like that. Know what I mean? So you can do those types of things with your in-kind donation form. You just email or contact a corporation, be like, look, we doing this in the community, this, that, and the other. We expect to help 200 people. We need this amount. We need some batteries. I mean, the youth got all these toys, but they don't have no batteries to operate them. We need Duracells. Is expensive. No, Energizer batteries. We need y'all to donate some batteries. Run in $2,000 worth of them batteries so that we could give out some batteries. So if anybody need, we got D batteries, AA, AAA, 9-volt, whatever. I mean, people go, oh, yeah, I need that. I need some of them batteries. I mean, so people could take and help themselves with that kind of stuff. Step number 7, your SAMS number. SAMS stands for System for Awards Management. Now, back in the day, it was just like Dun and Bradstreet, but the federal government seen that was like a conflict of interest. So D&B is important. You want to be on there building your business credit. We'll get into that in a minute. But you want to go on the website for free and It's a little tedious as far as like you gotta go in there and fill out all these different government. The federal government wants you to cross your T's, dot your I's, but you get your System for Awards Management number. They'll give you what's known as a cage number. They'll contact you in your email, verify your paperwork with the IRS. One caveat with this: the biggest number one mistake I see with nonprofits is their information don't match up. I mean, meaning that they may register in the state when they was living at this address and had this phone number, what have you, this email, and then 2 years later they live somewhere else, and when they filed to get the IRS recognition, they gave them a different address, okay? They may call the business How to Eat to Live Incorporated, but in some places they're using a DBA or doing business as name, such as Eat to Live Incorporated. The computers don't recognize that. The computers don't know if Eat to Live Incorporated and How to Eat to Live Incorporated is the same company. So they look at it like maybe it's fraud, because there's a lot of fraud that happens. So they like, especially in this age of AI generated stuff, there's so much fake stuff out there, it's ridiculous. So you're not going to know what's what, who's who. So you want to be careful by making sure all your paperwork is in harmony with each other. Know what I mean? You want to use the same thing. If not, you got to do the hard part. You literally got to go on the IRS website and fill out a updated address change or name, I mean, so that they get the up-to-date information. It'll be free. Some states charge a small fee to do it on a state level. Know what I mean? But you want to make sure, you want to look at, what do they look at when they look at my state and my IRS recognition paperwork? So you want that paperwork to be in harmony, all right? So another important thing is your business email, number 8. Coming from the belly of the beast, I just had an email, ministeralif@gmail.com. But when you're dealing with SAM's number, System for Awards Management number, and you're dealing with government grants, that thing is, we can't send money to a Gmail. That's your personal, well, we got to send it to a business email. So it's like, oh, got to modify mathematics. You got to send it to ministeralif@noireport.com. That's my business email. That's a separate entity over there. My personal stuff is over here. I mean, now your business stuff can go straight to your personal stuff. So it's really no problem in 2025. And you expect to pay probably like $2 a month for that business email at something like, I use Hostinger, which is a pretty good service. There's other ones I used to deal with, like Vistaprint and all that, Wix, with it. I really personally just didn't like it. Now, I mean, I used to love Vistaprint back in the day when they first was independent, but then when they start partnering up, and now it's all about the bottom line and the profits, and they spreading so much data that the server just ain't, you know what I mean? You know, like I literally paid, I ain't going to get into the name of it, but I literally paid the hosting site for months, put in a hard-earned 40 DVD curriculum together as a course on nonprofits, and they peeped. They like, oh, he building his own joint. I'm using them as the host, but I'm building my own website. I build all my websites. I build my own joint. So they like, oh, what? Oh, this joker integrating ebooks and merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, his books, and this, that, and the other. And he putting a course on this joint, and he's only paying us like $30, $40 a month. So what they did, they was like sabotaging my commerce, like my PayPal, Cash App, Chime, Vimo, the links. I'm like, what's going on? So I'm like, you can't call them or talk to them. So you got to email them. They email you back, this, that. So they like, oh, well, we working on it. They've been doing that, dragging it out for like a year. Got to the point where they like, but the whole time they were saying, we need you. When someone pays you for your course, we want you to send your 40 courses to us, and we'll send it to your clients or your customer. And I was like, you're just my host. Like, why would I give you my intellectual property? You ain't paying for the course. Why would I give it to you? You could take that data and binary code and push a button and send it to Germany, translate it in German, and sell my stuff over in Germany. You can sell it over in Austria and Africa and China. Like, nah, you're not getting my foot. My stuff is copyrighted. I mean, so they on the tip like, oh, well, if you ain't going to send the stuff to 40, I'm like, you know what? Y'all keep that little chump change. I mean, I'm out. So I respectfully bowed out because I would not give them my jaw like that. Know what I mean? And I did a similar thing with Amazon, just testing them out. I put a book on there, and I didn't know I'm thinking I put the book on there. The customers buy the books. They keep probably the lion's share of it, but they send me my cut. But what they was doing was they was taking it, and when people ordered a book, they was giving them the option to either buy the book or get the book for free on their tablet on the Fire. I mean, I ain't understand what all that stuff was going. It's like over my head with the technology at the time. But I was just confused as far as like the money part. Like, yo, this don't even look right. Now, I mean, so when I investigated, John, they like, oh, you can check how much money you earn by simply going into your account, and it show you each month. I go on the John like, oh, wait a minute. I sold 600 something books last month. Where's my money? You know what I mean? You know, so they like, oh, well, your the link to the bank account, we sent the check, but it came back, and you know, saying, I was like, get my book off Amazon. I got my book off Amazon. So all my stuff is copyrighted, only available at noireport.online. So when you're doing your business, you want to be aware we're in the age of vicious technology. Now, I mean, you know, it's just crazy out here. Now, I mean, so that's all in it. Now, I mean, so your business email, point number 8 is important. Point number 9, you want to have that business website. Hostinger for only like around $20. You could get the website and the business email. Now, I mean, now, I'm not saying you need Hostinger. I'm saying whatever web host works for you. Maybe you're not a do-it-yourself. I don't know. But I'm just saying on a personal level, I probably had like at least 5 different websites over the years. And I just personally like Hostinger. Now, I mean, like I haven't had no problems with them. I mean, I haven't had no problem with the, you know, the website. The links work, everything is in order, so I'm satisfied. You know what I mean? $20 a month, you really can't beat that. All right. Step number 10, you want to get your 5 trade lines. Now, your personal credit is not necessary for that. Like, say you got a 500 credit score, bad credit. Say you got a 725 credit score, good credit. When it comes to business credit, the highest business credit you can get is called a Paydex score of 100. You can't have a 700 business score, but you can have 100. You got 100 business credit score or Paydex number, that's considered perfect credit for your business. Now, there is a lot of misinformation out there, but there are real practical steps that you can take to get that 80 paydex score without pseudoscience. It takes money to make money. It's a capitalist system. It's just how it goes. All right. So, in short, you need to order something for $100 each month. My recommendation would be something like Uline. It's a lot of different stores, but I personally been using Uline and Quill for years. Now, Quill, I have no problem with Quill, but Quill is more like for corporations or LL. Say you had a cleaning business or something of that nature. The reason I like Quill personally in my circumstance is because Quill has a lot of affordable items that we actually use around the house. I mean, you know, like every day my wife is cleaning the lights with Clorox wipes and germs or whatever. She really used Dawn dishwashing liquid. We buy the case of toilet paper, Bounty or whatever. So these are things we're gonna buy anyway. We might go to this store, Walmart or whatever, you know, but you can order, I could just go on the laptop, order $100 worth of stuff from Quill. I ordered today. Quill mail it out and I get it tomorrow free. I didn't pay anything for it yet. The business gets the stuff. It's 100 big box, be on the step on in the garage, whatever. You open it up, all the stuff in it, the batteries, cleaning supplies, whatever. The invoice is going to be in there saying like, oh, you get 30 to 90 days to pay this $100. As soon as I see that bill, I send them that $100 that same day. I go right on a laptop and take a debit or credit card and send them $100, paying that bill early. You do that each month 5 times. After that 5th month, your company, more likely than not, it's not a exact science, but it's a mathematical reality, cause and effect, actions and reactions. You'll have an 80 paydex score. Now, if you got okay credit, like say for example, like I know people that started their nonprofit and say they only had $300 in the account, but they got a 700 credit score. I'll be like, okay, it's a move you can make, a practical move, calculated risk if you do it right. In brief, you could take and say, okay, I want Capital One to send me a Spark card, and I'm going to personally use my 700 credit score to co-sign my business. I'm saying if my business don't pay this, John, I personally am liable. I'll pay that money back, whatever card y'all sent. So they be like, oh, you co-signing it. Oh, they send you the $10,000 Spark card or the $10,000 Ink card or the $10,000 American Express card or what have you. You get a business card. And now that you got the $10,000 business card, I know people that take that card and instead of wasting the $10,000, instead of going on vacation somewhere, going to the islands or something, they take the $10,000 credit card and they start another nonprofit. Then they get another 501c3. They get 5 more trade lines. And they be like, I spun 500, 600, 700 off my credit card as an investment in the business. So now I got another $10,000 Spark card in the name of my other business. And I got another 2,500 Best Buy card from the Best Buy store. I got another $5,000 ink card from such and such. And they take and repeat and they keep doing that. Some people got 10 businesses that they operate. Some people take and don't mess that credit up, and you see them a year, 2 years. in the real estate game. I mean, they flipping houses with them credit cards. They like, oh no, I got the black card. I got I got 50,000 on my such and such card. A credit card is not your money. That's a loan too. You got to pay that back. But the benefit is if you got a $10,000 or $50,000 credit card and you spun $2,000 off the card, they be like, listen, you just send us $300. I mean, people like, but you're going to be paying interest and fees. Yes, but I got all that liquid in the bank where I still got, if I could, instead of paying $2,000 outright, if I held on to that extra $1,500 and I took that $1,500 and I was able to get the 2025 new laptop, or I was able to get paid for some technology that I bought a t-shirt making machine, I took and made $7,000 making my own clothing line. I know females be like, I went to Hobby Lobby and invested $400 off my card in nothing but jewelry, and I personally made bracelets and this, that, and the other, and I sell jewelry online, and I made $3,000 off of my little credit card. It takes money to make money. So you want to be conscious that you can do stuff. I mean, I know people that bake bean pies and sell platters. I mean, you know, they sell dinners or whatever the case may be. So starting your own business is important. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us in Message to the Black Man in America, get business minded. With that, I leave in peace. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. Send your questions, comments, or suggestions to ministeralif@gmail.com or log on to my website at noyreport.online. Peace.